Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Homestead and hydrants. And I'm going to take you in the greenhouse and we're going to water some plants. So a lot of that footage coming up. The only thing worse than doing a hard project is doing it twice. So I'm just 4 feet under the ground fixing a part that failed on me. We actually had 2 parts that failed on me. This was during the shortages of the last 2 years when all the parts started getting really wonky and substandard. So I don't know to blame it on that or not, but this is the second 90 that has failed this year with parts I bought this year. I have 3 other hydrants that have done just fine. Kind of frustrating, but that's why we store extra components, and that's why we have friends with big toys. Ugh, what a nightmare. All right, welcome inside the greenhouse. I have to start this video off with just a little bit of a rant because I don't know if you can see me, but I'm a filthy mess. So we have 5 hydrants here on the homestead. It gives us culinary water, access to the many different parts of our acre homestead. Small homestead with lots of water makes life convenient. So we installed 3 of those new hydrants just this last year in building of the greenhouse. And of those 3 hydrants, we had 2 of them fail. And do you remember my video where I talked about bacon? How you couldn't trust bacon to be consistently good? Well, I was just saying that during the last health scare of the last 3 years, that supply chains were dwindling and labor shortages were abounding, and we got all sorts of weird quality control issues. Now, I had heard from different suppliers that they were having problems with parts and fittings. But you know, when it comes in your backyard, it's just a little bit different story than hearing about it. So I had not only 1, but 2 of these 90s fail me. So one of them failed me inside the greenhouse. And so that one I just was able to hand dig down 2 feet, take off the old one, put a new one on and fix it. The one on the outside, those things are buried deep. So I had a friend come over with a Mini X and we dug them out and we got them fixed. But I think the point, I could go in many different directions, but the point here is that there's consequences to a world that has allowed itself to fall into decay. And there's also consequences for us not choosing American made, outsourcing all manufacturing elsewhere to people who maybe are not necessarily our allies. I mean, I'm just wondering where the political and military brain power has been the last 50, 60 years in America. So that's all. All right, now let's go water some plants. Okay, when we water the greenhouse, we actually just have 3 different sessions, 1 for this grow bed, 1 for everything on the ground, and 1 for the back wall. And so we just have it on a simple drip system right now. I am going to be doing something a lot more fancy here shortly. But I'll tell you what, every time that we water, like this one has a timer, and I don't know why, the other ones don't. But when we, oh, I gotta turn this on right here. Sorry, everything's been turned off because World War hydrant came and took over our lives. Anyway, when we turn on the water, let me get that fixed. We actually like to just come by with our own wand and just water. It's just so fun. It's not that we have to, but it's just a good time. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just tell you a little bit about what we got going on. I mean, look here, some brand new peas. Man, those are just not even very old. We have tons of peas that we're harvesting down there, but I thought I would show you the new seedlings. The blackberry bush continues to impress. Super, super good. You've seen our little fodder system. So that's day 1, day 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Give or take a day. You have to ask Becca. This could be 6 to 7 or 8. But the fodder setup here on the back shelf has been phenomenal. Let's just take a peek to see. Look at that. No big deal. Oh. While I'm up here, just give it a little squirt. Oh, look at the chayote squash. We haven't talked about that in a while. See that bad boy? That's one of the vegetables I am like seriously the most excited about. When that grows, we'll have like 30, 40 feet of vine, and we'll have amazing squash hanging from the ceiling. Truly the Garden of Eden. I don't know if I told you, but over here, we actually have got cherry tomatoes that are going to be vining up with the blackberry. So when you come in, you'll be able to reach out, grab some cherry tomatoes, and it will welcome you to the greenhouse. Remember the hack job we did on the passion fruit? I mean, seriously, look at how much it's grown. Like, I wasn't mad when Becca decided to do this, but it was funny because I walk in and she had just completely devastated the whole vine, but it's loving it. I mean, look at that. We got blossoms on this one. Now, it's not nearly as much as the blossoms on this passion fruit. Sorry, I know we're supposed to be watering, but we're gonna do just a little tour. So we got some new vines, or some new flowers growing on the vines. And look, a brand new passion fruit here. And let's see, there's another new one. But look at this, we've got closed blossoms all over. Tarnation. Oh, they're ringing me in. They are ringing me in. Look at our big boys up there. They have grown. And we've just got more blossoms, more blossoms, more blossoms, more blossoms, more blossoms. Super cool. I mean, not bad. Like, I know that we're getting into May, but seriously, this feels like the longest January on record because it has just been cold. We had flurries of snow while I was doing my my project outside, fixing the water, and that was super annoying. Look at the lime tree. Oh, the cool thing is this mandevilla. I used to say it's worthless. It's not worthless. We have to keep our pollinators happy, but my gosh, it's pretty. And I mean, here in another week, I'm not going to say a month, I'm going to say a week, you're going to have these mandevilla blossoms everywhere. And again, it's another way to welcome you into the greenhouse. I want to impress you because I want you to come back, like and subscribe, share with your friends. But the mandevilla has just been a super fun plant. We just picked it up at Walmart for no reason other than it looked good. And this way I could grow it year round. Okay, so the lime. Oh, I was going to tell you, so someone had asked how we've had such success with our grapefruit, which is way over there somewhere, and how we've had success with it blossoming. And I don't know, but I think that there's something about when we had the lemon tree, which is right here, when we had that lemon tree blossom, it seemed like it was a cascade. Then we had the lime tree blossoming, and then we had this other lemon tree blossoming, and then the grapefruits. So my working theory is that the extra daylight in the greenhouse mixed with these things blossoming, I think that the greenhouse is working together. I don't know. It's a theory. Sorry, I had to clean off the... Can you see me better? My phone is covered in soot. All right, back to the task at hand. Look at the beans. So we've actually got some green beans growing on them, but lots of flowers up there too. So on this bed, Becca has, what did she, I think we had more broccoli there that she's harvested. And so she's transplanted a lot of the peppers to different spots in the greenhouse. We just put another tomato right there. Today she came and pulled up a bunch of stuff here. So I'm gonna splice in a photo op of me. Where I'm carrying all this produce in the greenhouse, and the greenhouse is in the back, and I'm carrying these 2 baskets. Well, Becca did all that work. I was playing in the mud, but I'm just here for the photo shoot, right? Anyway, I just wanted to give you an example of, okay, well, what are you or aren't you eating in the greenhouse, Nate? And I just wanted to show you that because Becca keeps us in a constant supply of just fresh green produce in the greenhouse. What are you doing, Keisha? That is amazing. I've seen people do that with cucumbers. So I want to show you once she's processed it all, this is what she pulls out. So this is just the vegetable tray for when the kids get home and, oh, did you put those back in? And so she made fresh salsa, the vegetable tray. We do these veggies for stir fry, and actually all of our kids, I think all of our kids like it, right, Beck? Yeah. And then these other 2 are different lettuces for salads. And then in addition, I always like to show the waste that goes to the rabbits because that is gold for them. And, oh, are you making pepper poppers? Yeah. Which are phenomenal. So I want to be clear on this. I don't do any of it. It's all her. She just doesn't want to be on camera. I wish the roles were reversed. They're not. I'm sorry. And it's usually an after-school snack for our kids. We have plenty of stuff for salads and stir fry. And so I'll show you that. But here in the coming months, we're going to have the funner stuff. Like look at the cranberry. Remember that? I mean, since I videoed, this is seriously, all of that is new growth. You probably can't tell, but there's my hand. There's the new growth. That's probably 16 inches of new growth since I showed you the cranberry plant. Way cool. I'm getting ringed in. Do you hear the bell keep on ringing? Here, let's go through here and just do a quick update, and then I'll cut the video off. I've got a bunch of scouts coming. We're gonna go do a service project for a couple of people that's in our ward area. And so they come at 6, and I don't know what time it is. I think that's in just a few minutes. On this side of the greenhouse, okay. I'm sorry. We've talked about the artichoke. Maybe every video that I've ever done. But we're going to talk about the artichoke one more time today. Because first of all, what the heck? Like, all right, photo op. Look at that! Manti Homestead. This is why you should share it with your friends. Because not only is he a political nut job, but he grows really cool artichokes. Oh, look at the birds. Oh, the whole family. So we're to the point now where we don't know which one's mom and dad and which one's the 2 babies. It doesn't matter. Okay, but the artichokes are just going nuts. They're huge. Like, you just eat this bottom part, and like we always called the very end down here the heart. I mean, this thing has got a massive heart. It's like a gorilla heart. So I'm so excited to eat that. Not yet, but yeah, of course there will be a video of me picking it and eating it. That's coming. Okay, one last thing on the artichoke. I just noticed on this side, we hadn't been getting any artichokes. Then all of a sudden, they're everywhere too. And look at how flippin' tall that is. I mean, it's up on the shelf, but it's still probably 7 foot tall with like a big old artichoke star up on top saying, look at me. I might have bloomed late, but I bloomed tall. Anyway, kind of cool. Oh. I know I'm not very focused. I know I go from one squirrel to the next. But how cool is that? So we're still deciding if these parakeets do any good for the greenhouse itself. But we kind of like them. I don't think they're eating anything. In a coming video, I'm going to be talking about our slugs again. We've been getting the slug problem subsiding a little bit, but there's still more to learn. We've been using that diatomaceous earth, but we're going to figure that out. So we'll do another video about that. This is supposed to be a water video, and as you can tell, I haven't been watering very good. Oh. I have no idea what plant this is. I think that's a squash, but it's been overtaken with, I think, parsley. What the heck? Like, look at this. Becca's got this little jungle. Welcome to the greenhouse. You could get lost in there. Seriously, one of my kids is probably back there screaming for help. Anyway, I think that that's a squash, which is insane because I didn't even know it was growing and it's already a monster. It's kind of fun. I keep telling you, just wait till the summer vines come. That's what I'm talking about. When they start growing, they just grow like a foot a day and this place will look amazing. Oh, back to tomato plant. Oh, let's pick up the water so we can claim this is a watering video. How to water your greenhouse. I'm just screwing around as if you can't tell. Okay, the tomato just keeps getting bigger. We're all the way up to the top. We're still getting tomatoes growing already, which all of you people that have great climates, good for you. But like even for Utah, I'm in the worst of the worst. Like our growing season has got to be the shortest of anywhere that I know, except for maybe like Logan or one of those places. But like, anyway, so to have green tomatoes started before I would normally even be planting tomatoes, I'm just super excited about. The plant is doing great. All right, onward, onward, onward. You can see we've reset this whole back wall. So all of these beds that look bare have seeds in them. And because Becca's here, I could not tell you what's planted in there. I'm only here for the photo op. Okay, well, I'm going to cut the video off because I'm starting to ramble. In the comments below, if there's anything else you want to see, just let me know. Like and subscribe. I've got a bunch of really big projects that have taken my time. So I'm excited to share some of them, but I've been really busy and we'll keep going back into the greenhouse, but we'll show you some of the other stuff we're doing on the homestead. Thanks for joining. Talk to you later. Oh, after we look at the banana. Boom. Hold on. Look at the new leaf. Oh, I've got a picture of me standing on a ladder so you can get an idea of how big this thing is. I'll put that in right here at the end. But we got new growth coming. One of these days, there's going to be bananas coming off of that, and you will not hear the end of it. I'll tell you that. All right, peace out. Okay, I have so many directions I want to go with this thought, but I'm going to try to just keep it simple. But during the last 24 hours, not having running water consistently in my house because of these failed parts, I had to turn the water off. And then when people wanted to shower, I turned them on. But then knowing I was leaking water in the ground because of this trash that's in the ground, leaking water. I spent a lot of time thinking about, oh my God, well, what? So I'm reliant upon people to be competent and reliant upon manufacturing companies to do things quality, because I'm trusting like my whole water system is only good as the worst part, case in point, and or the two parts, you know. So I think the whole idea with homestead living and preparedness living is how can you minimize the effects of stupidity. some things you can't control, but other things you can. So I'll tell you one thing, I spent a lot of time thinking about how important water is to me. You know, I had my tub filled up so that every time someone flushed the toilet, that they could, we could just go over with the big bucket and fill up the back of the toilet so we could flush. I thought a lot about it because, again, can you create redundancies and insulate yourself from the stupidity and insulate yourself from failures that are out of your control? I think you can. There's so much you can do. The whole greenhouse is my response to a world gone mad. If you think that all is well and that you can just continue to trust people and outsource all of your happiness and your food and your education and your livelihood and blah, 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 if you're not thinking a little bit out of the box by now, the last 3 years has not taught you.